What's going on, free agents? In next chapter forward, it's your man point guard Stephen Bardo coming at you with a banger, guys. I'm in Salvador de Bahia, Brazil. I got here early yesterday morning, like 2 in the morning. Um, Flew in from Mexico, and boy, this is down here. And I'm in the northeasternmost part of Brazil. Um, and like Sao Paulo, Rio is further south than me. This is a big, big country, guys, and a lot. Now let me keep this up here. A lot going on. Trying to see if I can elevate this a little bit to get to my eye level. Maybe let's do this. It's all right. It's not perfect because I'm not in my studio, so it's not perfect. Um, but guys, yeah, man, I'm here in Brazil, enjoying it. Right? It's a lot of it's very colorful. The people are really cool, chill. Um, I haven't had a lot to eat yet. What I had yesterday was they use a lot of sauces, and I think that's not my thing necessarily. I don't particularly care for a ton of sauces to be, but that's part of the cuisine. And I haven't gotten moqueca, I believe it is. I saw it yesterday and it looks great. Um, but I haven't had any of that. But my first impressions, the weather's perfect. It's fall here for them. And so I went out and walked on the ocean front today, worked out, had a really good workout for about an hour. I would guess the temperature's 81, 82. It's humidity here. It's the weather's unbelievably beautiful. So I can see that when it's their summer, it's probably a lot like Playa in terms of the heat and the humidity, which I like. And I walked up north along the coast today and saw some really nice areas. I'm in Barra, I think they pronounce it Baja, but it's Barra. It's a touristy area. I'm literally 3 blocks from the ocean, literally from the from the Baja beach. And so I wanted to be in this area. I was in a area a little bit further north that was a little bit more higher end, but this is perfect. Y'all, I won't even tell you what I paid for this room because it's it's criminal. But first impressions are great, guys. So I'm really enjoying it. Why did I come? Why did I come to Salvador de Bahia? Years ago, I had a mentor named Cuddy Bacon, Dr. Cuddy Bacon. He's a self-made millionaire through education, and he was the first person to tell me that he'd come down here. He rented out a place on the ocean. He had a cook, a maid, and a driver. $750 a month. Now, this was 20 something years ago, right? But if you even double that, you're talking 1,500, 2,000 a month. That was his place. He had a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom apartment, a cook, a maid, and a driver for $750. Now, I I haven't done the math. I'll come back to you on that, but I believe you could probably get something like that for about $2,000 here. Maybe not a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, but definitely a 2 bedroom, 2 bath on the water. You can figure out the cleaning situation comes with some of these buildings, and the maid or the cook you can probably hire on your own, um, and the driver you could probably hire on your own. And I'm going to do the math. I'll definitely confirm this, but I believe you could still get that within $2,000 a month here in Salvador, guys. I said it yesterday on one of my shorts that I'm kind of glad that I didn't do the exchange programs in college where you go and you take a semester and you go to a different part of the world and maybe it's a language situation. One of my nieces did that. She went to Spain for a semester. It could, language exchange. It could be a lot of different things, right? Had I been exposed to Latin America, Central America, South America, Mexico, um, when I was in college, I don't know that I would have played professional basketball. And I'm dead serious, guys, because when when I see the way that the US dollar can buy you a different way of life now as a 58-year-old, had I known that at 21 or at 2019 when I was at the University of Illinois, I don't know that I would have played professional basketball, guys. I probably would have, but just the fact that I played in Venezuela, um, but I didn't play in the Brazilian league. I didn't play in the Argentinian league. There are several leagues in South America down here that are pretty good, right? But the quality of life, I think, is what I'm getting at more, guys. When you can have great sunshine, you can have access to clean food, you can have access to people who are friendly, who are happy. It's just genuinely happy people, right? When you can be in a place like Salvador, Bahia, and 80% of the people look like me. 80% of the population of this 4 million plus city, 4 million, this is bigger than Chicago by 50%, I believe. When you look at that and you look at the numbers, right? 80% look like me walking down the street, and my dollars are, it is for every, there are 5.75 Brazilian real to one US dollar. And then when I do the cost of living comparisons, I picked Playa del Carmen, Mexico, where I live currently, compared to Salvador, Brazil. Salvador, Brazil is 30 to 40% cheaper than Playa del Carmen, which is 40 to 50% cheaper than Chicago. So, guys, when I do the math and I walk around and I'm in a place where I feel safe and not targeted, where I'm not looking at the judicial system to serve me justice, right? I think that at this age, I'm at the perfect time in my life to be doing this. I've got enough money. I'm generating business with Next Chapter Forward. Um, but the calm, the sense of serenity, the sense of being respected, right? I stick out a little bit. I'm a little bit taller than the average cat around here. My hair, um, you see a lot of men that are coloring their hair is what I noticed. There are cats older than me that'll walk around with dark hair. I'm like, bro, you look like Burt Reynolds, like straight up. Um, so, but the thing of it is, with me being at this age, guys, with US dollars in my pocket, with my investments, with the business I'm building, I can carve out a wonderful life, right? I'm doing that now in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. I've been to Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. I like it there. Where else have I gone? I mean, I've been to Medellin. I went to Medellin, Colombia. That was the first time back in the fall. And Medellin's cool, but I'm gonna check out different parts of Colombia. I've been to Cartagena. I didn't particularly care for that because of the um, vendors and their begging and their harassment. It's really harassment. I had to learn. I learned that, oh, no molestar. That means don't molest me. Quit bothering me. And that really puts the people, the vendors in Cartagena, like, oh, why you say that? Because you keep harassing me. It's not my job to pay for your lifestyle. I know you're out here trying to sell stuff. I know you're trying to make a living. But if I make the decision that I don't want it, beat it. Right? That's a problem in Cartagena. I didn't particularly care for Cartagena. I really liked Medellin. Medellin might be the biggest, in terms of a large city, it's the prettiest large city I've seen in the world. In the world. It is absolutely beautiful. And the women are absolutely beautiful. Some of the prettiest you'll see in the world. Right? But Cali, Colombia has a very similar makeup to Salvador. It's predominantly black. The only problem, it's not a problem necessarily, but I love being around the water, and Cali is landlocked, and so you got to go to Buenaventura, I believe, which is not a great coastal area. It's a busy shipping area, so there's not really the beaches. You got to go 30 to 45 minutes south, I believe, to get to some nice beaches. And they're black sand, they're rugged, they're not like tourist beaches. And so I'm looking forward to checking that area out. Um, but just to have these options of Panama City, Panama, which is predominantly black, if you didn't really know that. The people there are predominantly black. Limon, Costa Rica, uh, Colón, Panama, um, Cali, Colombia, Bahia, Brazil. Um, Man, I'm missing some. There's I believe it's a Roatan Island in Honduras. That's black. They speak English there. They are former Jamaican citizens that were brought over to do work. I don't know if it was quite slavery. I believe it was maybe more in servitude, maybe not slavery, but that's a area of black people who are being the government is not trying. They're stealing their land. They're killing some of their individuals and taking that land because it's prime real estate right on the water. Sound familiar, doesn't it? So there are various areas in Central South America that are heaven for black men who have U.S. dollars, who are not dependent on the local area to find work to support themselves. You gentlemen who are watching this right now, you have the opportunity to leave a place where one black kid gets unalived because he gets pew-pewed in the back. Then we have another kid who is protecting himself in his stand your ground state that's convicted of murder. If you're tired of that, if you want to get away from these bigots, these barbaric individuals, these petty, these EpiPen, these child pedo, I could go on and on. Guys, there are places you don't even have to leave the hemispheres. What I'm trying to get at. It's fine if you want to go to Thailand, if you want to go to Africa, that's fine. Great, do it. If that's what makes your heart go, do it. But what I'm trying to get at you brothers who are over 50, because a lot of us have family obligations, and you want to be able to get back to the States within a day's trip, preferably. And that's for me, right? I want to be able to get back to Illinois if I need to see my family, if I need to go to Tennessee and see my sister, my brother-in-law, or my brother. I can get back in a day's time with no problem. You can't guarantee that being in Asia. You can't even guarantee that being in Africa, okay? Now, if things were a little bit different and there wasn't racism that was pervasive throughout the world, then if you were in West Africa and there were airlines that flew from West Africa directly to the United States, you could get home in a day's time. Now, I think there are two South African Airways flights. One is from Cape Town that goes directly into, it's either New York or Atlanta. But that's a 13, 14-hour flight. That's a long flight. And I think there's new service from Accra, Ghana to either DC or New York. And I think that's also South African Airways. Those are only two flights, guys, that you can take from Africa, from the West and the West Coast, right? Or South Africa. But if you're going from Kenya, you're going to any other part of the continent of Africa, you got to go through Europe. You can't go direct to the United States. That's some BS, ain't it? So This is why I'm trying to highlight, I'm trying to go to these different locations in the Western Hemisphere to show you guys there's boots on the ground. Guys, this is cool. You're welcome. It's not, it's not hostile. Now, is Brazil racist to black people? You better believe it. You better believe it. But for us, I feel bad for my brothers and sisters here in Brazil that catch big time heck from the police. The police are very aggressive here towards black people, especially poor black people. Sound familiar? But when you're an American black man, American black woman, or just an American general, and you have US dollars, you're in a totally different situation. You're not going to be in the favelas, the poor communities here in Brazil. You're going to be in better areas. They will recognize you. You will stand out. Even with this city of being 80% African descent here in Salvador, I can tell by the way that people are looking at me, they can tell I'm different. One lady said, you're either Panamanian or you're from the United States. Someone else thought maybe I was from Colombia or the United States. But one of the choices is always the United States. So you're going to stick out. Okay? But that's a good thing because you'll take advantage of those dollars. All right? All right. Salvador, Bahia, Brazil was the first slave stop in the Americas. This was the first ship that brought African slaves over. They stopped in Bahia, Salvador. Okay? And so the history here is so rich. It's so beautiful to walk down the street and see these sisters in their traditional hairstyles, traditional apparel and clothing, and the comfort and the swagger and their ability to move through and be their authentic selves, guys. It's really something you need to see. You got, even if you don't want to live here, black men, you need to put Salvador on your bucket list because it's when we're free to be African, when we're free to be black, amazing things happen. The music here is unparalleled. The food here is unparalleled, guys. I did a ton of research before I came. And there are African people now that are traveling here that love it because it reminds them so much of home. I'm talking continental Africans. They love to travel to Salvador because it reminds them of home. They can get the same types of food. They can look at people and they're wearing the same types of clothing, some of the same traditions that you see in West Africa, in Angola, in Ghana, in Senegal, in Nigeria. You see it here. Okay? It's really, really something. And they have flipped the slave narrative to where there are these women called Orishas who are powerful Black African women. And they wear these white dresses and they're said to have spiritual powers. But guys, we all have spiritual powers. You guys know that, right? All throughout the diaspora, throughout the world, every African, every person of African descent, you're magical. You're magical. You have these, but these Orishas are women who have created their own culture, which has led to their own businesses, which has led to their own autonomy from the local community, from the Brazilian government, right? They pay their taxes and whatnot, but the fact that they were able to carve out their own business, own career sector based on their knowledge of self, history of where they come from, the ability to connect with other Orishas and other people to build each other up in strength and support one another, right? They're very powerful figures in this community. And so when you come down here and you see this, you see the autonomy of some Black people. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is poor people here. And there are poor people everywhere where there are resources and black people, because there are other people that come in and take advantage of of that combination and subject black people to the lower rung of society. The same thing here. So I'll give you an example. There's one of the 6 brothers last week that stopped me in Playa del Carmen. Thank you, free agents. Thank you guys for watching. This there were 6 different black men who stopped me on the street in Playa del Carmen and said, "Brother, man, your video popped up. I like what you're doing. Keep going." 6. I've never had that happen. One of the brothers, Mark, he's from Seattle, right? And I could tell that he's anyway. His thing was he didn't like Salvador because it's poor. You know, the people were poor. There was something else he said, and I was like, oh, okay, I know what kind of brother you are, right? Because the things that he's looking for, he's looking at infrastructure being a certain way. He's looking at maybe access to things that's more first world kind of thing, right? I don't give a damn about first world. I care about being in a place that has good weather, hopefully close to some water, and hopefully close to some black people. Those are my criteria. I know that if I'm going to be around authentic black people anywhere on the planet, we're subject to being poorer than the people that are in that area. Okay. All right. Also, guys, thank you for tuning in, because last week I was among the top 25% of all creators on YouTube. I got 72,000 views last week. That put me in the top 25% of all YouTube creators worldwide. So free agents, brothers, sisters, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's a huge accomplishment for my small and yet growing channel. So I really appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Um, and so guys, it's I'm gonna give you a lot more footage. I'm gonna do some, I'll get a long form video, but I'm also gonna do a lot more shorts. I'm gonna take a cooking class, hopefully with this father-daughter combinations, black man, his daughter. They're highly rated. I'm going on a historical tour of Salvador with a brother. I got a private tour so that I can interview him. I can get a lot of footage so I can share it back with you guys. Because I want you guys to get a clear picture of what it's like to be here, and encourage you guys to come down and check it out. All right. All right. Let me see here. Let me get to check out who's in the building. What's up, Eld? 8494. You were cooking last week, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, let's see. Wait a minute. See, I'm on my iPad. I'm not on my computer, guys, so I apologize. Um, okay. Brigadero. Try some brigadero. Okay. King Tao, I appreciate that, man. Good looking out. Thank you. Let's see. The path you took afforded you all the life experiences and top tier competitive basketball to relate to all brothers in the U.S. Boy, L, you said a mouthful right there. I am trying to utilize my experience and my background to give you guys as much information to make you feel comfortable about relocating out of the country. Or I'm trying to give you as much information so that if you do stay in the United States, you're like, okay, you know what? I might be able to work out a situation where I go somewhere for 3 to 4 months and then come back, go another place, couple months, come back. Maybe I go for 6 months. Maybe I take a sabbatical and come back. And then after years of doing that, you may decide, okay, I know where I want to go. I'm hopeful that all of this information, for whatever your situation is, whether you want to relocate out or you don't, okay? I want to be the Anthony Bourdain with the food. Um, I'm gonna get more into the food thing. I used to have a food show that was very successful on Facebook. It was called America Loves Food and Sports. I had 3 seasons of it. It went very, very well. And I think what I'm going to do is start to incorporate some of the food in these different areas that I go to, because I think that is a huge part of what draws us as people to a particular region, that you want to enjoy high quality food. And so I'm going to start to incorporate that as well. So thank you, L. Uh-oh. William Newberry hit on something. The Maroons. Guys, there is an Maroons. I believe the term originated in Haiti and Jamaica. These were runaway slaves who found freedom in the hills and the forest areas or along the water area where the slave captors were not. They would run into the hills and they would create their own communities with nothing but what they could carry, what was on their back or whatever when they escaped. They go and create these communities in these forest areas and whatnot. They're called Maroons. Okay. Salvador has their own version of Maroons. They're called Kim Boros or Kim Burros, I believe. When they would escape slavery and they would go to the different coasts. This is a very large coastal region. And so what hasn't been developed are these Kimburros. They still have some today where some of the people still live in these areas. They're basically Maroons. And these are runaway slaves that created their own communities after freeing themselves from slavery. So that's what Mr. Newberry William is referring to here, the Maroons. Okay. Now, I gave the University of Chicago over $100,000 in terms of educating my 2 sons in private school education at the University of Chicago. The nickname of the University of Chicago is the Maroons. And I guarantee you 90 to 95% of the people that either attend the University of Chicago, that live in the University of Chicago, or that work there don't have a clue why they're called the Maroons. They just think because it's the color, because it's maroon and white, are the colors of the University of Chicago. They're harnessing the spirit of the runaway slaves. That's why you don't see anybody else call the Maroons, do you? As a school name, like for their university teams. You don't see that anywhere. I haven't seen that anywhere else in the country. And I cover college basketball. So I would cover all these schools around the country. I never saw another school called the Maroons. Okay? They're harnessing the spirit of those runaway slaves. Okay? Thank you, William Newberry. I hope you're doing well, brother. I have so many family obligations I can't leave yet. It'll happen one day. C 6'2", 2006. Let me give you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being honest. Because that's one of the things that I like to do in these lives. I want you guys to feel like you can share things because this is a safe space. You're not going to be judged. I just want to talk to you about this because I'm sure, brother, that you have stepped up and made this point. But trust me, there are others that are watching and participating in our discussion today that feel the exact same way. Here's what I'm going to tell you. When you look at family obligations, I have them as well. I've got older parents who are doing well, but they're in the mid to upper 80s. I got to pay attention to that. Okay. Me and my brother and sister have to, we have to be on top of that. I've got nieces, I've got nephews, I've got two older sons, adult sons, but they still need me. Okay. Here's what I want you to consider. If you're beaten down, you're fearful, you're not your best self in the United States, and you know you want to be somewhere else, and you see examples of people like me or MTR, mediocre tutorials and reviews, the brother that has gone to Thailand, and he's a very successful YouTuber guy. He's made a lot of money in his time. But I think he went to Thailand before as a younger man and it didn't really click. Boy, has it clicked now. And what he's saying, 6 foot 2006, is that he now understands I can still provide for my family. I can still be a presence for my family. That's what FaceTime is about. That's what technology is about, to check in. But he's living his best life. He's glowing. There's a brother in our community, gentlemen, who is becoming a friend of mine, right? We're real cool. And I spend more and more time with this gentleman because he gets it, right? He's smart. He thinks differently, but he's really smart. And so this gentleman is a retired military officer. And I mean, guys, his life is he is set. He is set. But he's still building, he's still grinding, he's still doing his thing. He went back home. He resides in Mexico. He's one of the groups in our group in Playa del Carmen. He went back to the crib to take care of some business. His family told him, go back to Mexico, because you're picking up some of the stuff that you had before you left. They see it. Now his presence, he takes care of his family. He's got family obligations. But they told him, take your black back to Mexico, because they saw him start. He's manifesting into who he can really become. 6 foot 2006. Can you manifest the last couple weeks in the United States, what it's been to Black people? What's going on right now? That we've got to watch this fat, ugly, defecating on himself, just nastiness of a man, that we have to call the POTUS. Can you be your best self in that scenario? Now, I'm talking to conscious Black men right now. If you're not conscious, then it doesn't bother you. But if you're conscious, if you're aware of what's going on, can you really manifest your best self and be your best self for your family in that scenario? That's the question I want you to ask yourself. Other gentlemen, I'm asking you, can you be your best self while being there, while being a conscious Black man? I'll wait for your answers. Thanks for joining 6 foot 2006. If this is your first time, welcome to Next Chapter Forward, brother. Welcome. Our DNA is the cheat code. Say it, David. Preach, brother. Preach. Yes, sir. What's up, Don Worldwide? Safe travels. I appreciate the comment. I appreciate you and your support, Don. You've been very consistent. Thank you very much. All right, let's do this. Are there any parts of Mexico that I should avoid during hurricane season? Wow, that's a good question. So where I live in the Yucatan Peninsula, it's rare that they see hurricanes, very rare. But what's been taking place lately that I believe has something to do with climate change, the Pacific coast of Mexico has been getting slammed with hurricanes in the last 5 years. I think it's climate change because they didn't get hit as much as they've been hit the last 5 to 10 years. Acapulco, bless his heart, has been devastated. They still haven't recovered, and this was years ago. We get storms in the Yucatan Peninsula. I haven't been in a hurricane in the coming on 16 months that I've been there, I have not been in a hurricane. So I would say, and I don't even know if the Gulf side, on the Veracruz side, I don't think that they get hurricanes frequently. I don't. So I would be careful about Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Puerto Escondido. Those that are on the Pacific side, I would be very careful. But that's a very good question. Um, Winrath, I hope I said that. Winrath 60616. You must be in Chi-Town with that area code. Thanks for tuning in, man. Uh, that's the route I'm looking to take in and out until I'm out per. Okay, Don. See, there we go, guys. There's there's more than one way to skin a cat. I know I got some old Southern sayings, don't I? There's more than one way to do this. Do it like Don's gonna do. Take a month, take 3 months, take 6 months, go, come back. My man, what's Bill's last name? Brother Bill. Ah, his name is escaping me. Good friend of mine, based in Chicago, but I think he's in Thailand right now for the next 4 months, three months. He's in Thailand for 3 months. He does that. He heads a executive search firm based in Chicago, but Bill might be in the States 4 months out of the year, 8 months, a good 6 to 8 months out of the year. He's somewhere else around the world. So Don, that's definitely doable. And there's Wiley. What's Wiley's last name? He's more. I see him more on Facebook, but Wiley was one of the first brothers that I met that used to come down to Brazil all the time. He'd be in Rio, he'd be in Sao Paulo. Now he's going to Florianopolis because that's the new thing here in Brazil. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of brothers that do that. So that's a great choice. Good to see you, Roderick Miller, tribe member right there. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Um, what's up, Katie? Katie Sev Trey. Katie Sev Trey. I think this is your first time, brother. If it is, welcome. Welcome to Next Chapter Forward. I'm glad you're getting good use of this information. That's what I'm here for. Thank you and welcome. Yeah, Shannon, because peak game, right? What brings black people together better than food? And man, like Mexico has the best chefs in the world. So any type of ingredients that you're looking for, you can find in Mexico. My hope is to not only get great content and eat some great food that I've cooked and prepared, but to also, I believe in this tour, we go to the market to get some of the ingredients. I'm writing that junk down. I'm videoing it so that you guys see it. But I'm also going to go back to Mexico. And if the food is good and slamming, I'm going to go to the markets and get these particular ingredients to make some slam and grub, right? And I'm going to start doing that from now on. Now, had I done that in Medellin, Colombia, I'd have a sense of some Colombian cuisine. I'm going to do that in Cali. I wish I would have done that when I went to Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, because they've got a different way of preparing their food, but they've also got good food. So you're right. You know, the cooking classes, guys, in the cooking class, let me show you. I'm going to see if this will show up. I got my place through Airbnb. You can go booking.com. Some people get hotels. I choose to go Airbnb. So let's find experiences. And here's the cooking class that I want to take. Oh, come on now. Show these people. Oh, here we go. All right. Let me find the picture of the mom and the father and daughter. Ah, come on. That's not. Here we go. This is them, right? This is the father daughter combo that is going to be, oh no, wait a minute. I think I got it mixed up. No, that's the cultural tour. Let me see if I can find the cooking class just so I can show you. But yeah, it's a great idea, man, because you know, people, you bond, you build through, you build community through food, right? Now, I'm gonna put this sister on blast because she ticked me off, guys, right? Because I wanted to bring a sister as one of the tour guides to get me, let me see if I can pull her up. This sister right here, brothers, if you come to Salvador, do not choose this woman, right? She hosts tours. She's a PhD in political science and Afro diasporic researcher. I've been studying in Africa since my graduation, and that is how I rediscovered my ancestral ties. Her tours are $35, $39. You have an option to pay $113 for a private tour. I paid $113. Then I sent her a nice message. I gave her the link to Next Chapter Forward YouTube channel, just so she could go and see. And I was like, look, I want to interview you. This is the reason why I want to do a private tour. I want to get great content for my channel and the free agents in my community. This woman wrote me back within 5 minutes and said, I see that you speak primarily to black men. I don't talk to black men, so I don't know how I can help you. I'm going to repeat that again. I'm putting her on blast because that was Camilla. Camilla is her name. I'm paying her almost three times as much for a private tour. She got the money. I paid for it. I sent her the email. I do this a lot because I try to set up these things. So I give a brief description of who I am, what I'm trying to do. I give a link to the channel. And hey, if that's cool, let me know. I see your channels for black men. I don't talk to black men like that. I don't see how I can help you. I was angry for a minute because I have this kumbaya feeling that all black people need to support one another, that we're our brother's keeper. I'm a dinosaur. I'm a relic. I understand that. When I see a black person walk down the street, I'm trying to make eye contact because I'd like to say hello, right? But I understand that I'm not realistic. I understand that I'm ancient school, not old school. I'm ancient school in the way that I love black people, and that I always want the best for us. Every single time, I will invest my money into what you're doing. That's how strongly I feel about this. Right? I shop at predominantly black providers when I'm in the United States. Predominantly. Okay? I'm trying to break this sister off with more than she would normally get. She didn't want it because I'm a black man. So don't mess with Camila when you come down here, guys. Very authentic looking sister, light skinned sister, mocha color. Don't fool with her. Oh man, anyway. But yes, Shannon, it's I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Fellow Illini checking in at 92 grad, now down in the ATL, enjoying your content. ILL, Brian. I don't know. Brian. This must be your first time, guy. First time on here. Welcome, ILL. That's we. If you go to the University of Illinois, one of the chants that they say during sports events, because our name is the Fighting Illini, ILLINI. If you say ILL, the person responds INI. That's what that was. Okay. All right. Gentlemen, there is a monsoon season in northern Mexico between July and September. It is on the Pacific side, like Mr. Bardo is saying, specifically Baja Norte, Baja Sur, and Sonora. William, thank you for looking that up, man. I really appreciate that. Guys, peep this out here. The gentleman that asked me about that, there you go. There's your answer. Are you enjoying the NBA Finals? Which team are you rooting for? You know what, Fernando Saladivar. Oh yeah, good to see you, Fernando. This is our it's our brown brother here, guys. We got white brothers, we got brown brothers. I'm hoping to get, we're just building the next chapter forward this movement, right? And this is our man from Los Angeles. Here's the deal, man. I played with the Spurs, so I'm kind of leaning towards the Spurs, but I love the fact that the Knicks are winning because it helps the league overall. When New York is on fire like this, it helps the league overall. But James Dolan's dumb, why would you bring that orange orangutan in to mess up all the mojo that New York had? Oh my God, he's the dumbest sports owner in history. James Dolan is the dumbest freaking sports owner in NBA history. Why would you bring that defecating on himself? Ah, it messed up the whole mojo, guys. So if the Knicks go on and lose this, just add to the list of stuff that you can blame that fool for because, anyway, I'm leaning towards the Spurs because I'm a former Spur. I'd like to see them do well. But I was really happy about the Knicks and what they're doing. So I'm pulling for the Spurs, but if the Knicks win, I'm happy with that as well. Hold on. I just had to get something to drink. Yeah, who you rooting for? Fernando, who you rooting for? Curious to see. Let's see. You should try and reach out to Dennis Jean Pierre, who is a 6'5" brother from the Chi and is an expert on Braziil. Okay, King. Thank you for that heads up. I will certainly track him down because if he's online anywhere, I'll track him down. Dennis Jean. Hold on, I'm gonna write myself a note. Thank you for that. Let's see. Get a new note. Dennis Jean Pierre, and he's from Chicago. Wow. Okay. He might have hooped. 6'5", and he's from Chicago. He might have hooped. I may know him. I have to check that out. Yeah, thank you, Il. I appreciate that. Thank you. Please hit the like, share, subscribe, guys. If you're liking this content, please share. I don't ask you to just share with a bunch of people. Share with one brother that you think, or one sister that you think would benefit from this content. We want to grow this slowly. I'm not in a hurry I want this to be a very authentic community. And I want the people that need to be in the community to be in the community, right? You see that I'm not tripping. We got a white brother from Dayton, Ohio. I can't remember his name. I haven't seen him on here today, but we got the Rainbow Coalition, guys, right? But we want the right people, right? We don't want turncoats. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We don't need brothers that ain't a brother, because of the colors. They're not brothers. We don't want them. We don't want people like Camilla, who doesn't want to work with other black people. I don't want people like that. If you're not pro-black, and we're not anti-anything, right? Let's be pro-black and pro-humanity. Let's be pro-humanity. That includes everybody. Okay? All right. Thank you, Il. Good looking out, my man. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? And 33 of you all are taking the time to join me this afternoon. I so appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you. I was there last year for 2 months. I loved it. Oh my goodness. Haas dreams for a living. Haas, please just give me one thing that you loved about it. 2 months? Because guys, My oldest son, who had been here before years ago, he's like, Dad, if you go to Bahia, you may not come back. Put in the comments, Haas, one thing that you really, really liked about it. Because I'm curious. And thank you for sharing. Uh yes. I what's up, Cordell? Yeah, I'm here. I'm here until next Tuesday. I'm here for a full week. I, baby. That's right. Everybody can't go. Gotta leave some behind, my brother. Sure. Deshaun, you're right. And everybody's not gonna feel the way that we feel. Everybody's not gonna be as committed to Black lives and the betterment of the world. Because that's what we're on. And look, guys, when I first started this Next Chapter Forward movement, I was bitter because of the racist incident that happened on that airline incident. I was very bitter. And so I would trash a lot of the United States. You guys don't see me doing that. Now I'll trash that fat, soiled diaper MF that's in DC. I'll dog him out every chance I get. I'm not dogging the United States out because it is the land of opportunity. There are great things about the United States. And if that suits you better stay in Next Chapter Forward. But stay in the States and make the best of it. Reach back and help somebody else better their situation. All right. It's not an end all to be all to leave. You don't have to leave. It's a great country. There's a lot of opportunity there. There's a lot of things that are available to better yourself personally, better your family, right? I know that the job situation is really shifting right now in the United States, but there's still opportunities to go out and make a living. Where in other parts of the world, there's not nearly as many opportunities to make a living. Okay? So this is not I'm not going to bash, I'm not bashing America. All my family's still there. Well, not all of them. My sons are like me. They move around, they travel, but everybody else is back in the States. Okay? So Deshaun is right. Everybody can't leave. And that's not I'm a conduit. Next Chapter Forward is a conduit for Black men and Black people who want to leave. I will help you. But if you can't leave or whatever, I'll still help you. Okay? Well said, Deshaun. Thanks for tuning in. Illinois, one of the best teams that never won the championship. Kenny Battle, yourself, Kendall Gill, Marcus Livy were monsters. Thank you, Global Paper. It was a great team. I love being on a team. That's how my life was kind of formed. My family was my first team. My parents understood the importance of sports and the ability of sports to really be a driving force, a valuable teacher. And when you're on a team, there's sacrifice, there's hard work, there's communication skills that you have to develop. These coping mechanisms, there's hierarchy, coaches, assistant coaches, players. There all these different things in sports, right? And so, being on that team with such talented players makes my decision to go to the University of Illinois one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. That university was far better than I even knew academically. It's far greater in terms of the reach of the Alumni Association. It's far greater in terms of the impact that it's had on me and my teammates' lives. It was an unbelievable decision. Best decision. I married a pretty dynamic woman. I'm not married to her now, but she is gorgeous and dynamic. And she is the mother of my two children. So that might have been my best decision, but very close behind that was going to the University of Illinois. So thank you, Global Paper. I appreciate it. All right. Fernando's going with the Spurs. So we're in good company there. Okay. All right, Deshaun is rolling with New York. He's a Brunson fan, a Chicago-based kid. I'm with that. Boy, they were grabbing him too, weren't they? Man, he got rough. He got manhandled last game. NBA didn't want to see a sweep, did they? I used to hoop with the football players at Impy back in the day. Oh man, that's what's up, B. Okay. Oh man, you see me smiling? He took me back there, boy. Impy was the physical education facility for the students on campus, and some of the best basketball games were at Impy with those said football players that Brian is talking about. My era of fighting Illini football, Jeff George, uh, Derek Brownlow, uh, 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 second round pick, defensive Mo Gardner, Big Bopper Mel Agee, God rest his soul, Marlon Primus, Mike Bellamy, Howard Griffith, um, Earl Turner, not Earl, what was it? Turner. He was from Gary, Indiana. He was the best basketball player on the football. Turner could have hooped at D1 college basketball. He was cold. Guys, the football players are very good basketball players in my time. Every brother ain't a brother and every sister ain't a sister. Glad you called her out. Yeah, I mean, I'm calling her out, David, for you guys. Because if you do come down here, I don't want you messing with her because that's that's hot garbage, man. DJ, is that DJ P Brazil? What's good, brother? Are you? Oh, wait a minute. Is this Dennis? Oh, this is Dennis. What's up, Dennis? Glad you're on here, man. Let me ask you something. Put in the comments how long you've been here, and I'm gonna message you. I'll message you. You know what? Let me. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna put my number in here, and you any of you gentlemen can use this, but please use it wisely. Don't abuse it. But I want to connect with Dennis here, so I'm gonna do this. All right, Dennis, I just posted my number there, man. It's WhatsApp as well. Hit me up, bro. I really want to talk to you. Cause bro, if you're a hooper, I mean, if you're 6'5", you from Chicago, and you in hoop, that'd be something. That'd be something about it. Who is Camila? The lady I was trying to work with that said she don't deal with black men, which is sad. They always try to force some momentum on the people as if everyone agrees with the policies. That was 19K YouTube people booing loudly. Yes. Oh, 19K white people booing loudly. Yes. It was the dumbest decision but James Dolan's the worst owner in professional sports. Incredible. I just sent Dennis Jean Pierre. Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think he's on here, Global. Yeah, here he is. He's on here now. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I look forward to speaking with you, Dennis. All right, let's see. See, guys, look, isn't this beautiful? This is the power of community. When we come together like this and we share information for each other's benefit, right? Then you guys get on the horn and hit somebody where I am locally. Do you know how valuable that is? That in and of itself, for me, is all I need in a community. Like if some brother thinks enough of me to connect me with a brother that's on the ground, that's that's as good as it gets, guys. That's that's really why I started Next Chapter Forward to help guys get relocated out of the United States. But when we want to develop a worldwide network, so me and Dennis can link, we can connect, and now We set up a concierge situation for whatever Dennis has. If he's got some kind of good or service, then the people who come through next chapter 4, we know to talk to Dennis. Dennis gets a cut. See how that works? Everybody can benefit when things work like this, guys. When we work as a collective and we're not siloed like the United States wants us to be. The United States generally does not want you in community. They want you to be siloed so that you feel lonely, you feel desperate, you got to go to this job. You can't, do some things where we, Black people, are looking for justice. We're looking for, fair treatment. We're looking for respect, but you're dealing with criminals. You're dealing with criminals running the country. You're dealing with criminals that run the non-justice system, right? The judicial system. These are criminals, but you're trying to be law-abiding against criminals. So my thing is, go run up a credit card, take the money out, and go handle your business, because nobody else checks credit reports overseas. The United States is the only place that does that. Go run up the bag on something. Go borrow against your house and then sell it. I'm serious. Guys, let me see how I can phrase this without being too negative. American citizens are under attack. Literally under attack. And if you don't see that, I'm not going to waste time trying to convince you. When you're under attack, you have to have a baseline to sustain yourself, right? If you can't achieve that baseline in the United States, you can achieve that somewhere else, guys. You have the ability to make the move. If you got, I'm telling you, I'm seeing some of our white brothers and sisters. They will run an American Express, Visa, run it up, whatever the amount, and take a cash advance on it. Deuces. Sell cars, sell it like I did. Sold my house, gave away a lot of stuff, sold some stuff. The only thing I got left is a car and a few things back at my parents' house. That's it. And I'm selling the car when I go back home. Okay? If you can't have that baseline in the United States to survive this onslaught, because I don't know how long this onslaught is going to be, but it's an onslaught against American citizens. If you can't get a baseline like this, please consider leaving the country. Only because you can take those US dollars that are still valuable. Don't know how long that's going to be, because it's not going to be the world's reserve currency for long. Okay? That might sound crazy to some of you. That's happening as we speak. Countries are going. Do you know that Mexico and Canada are in talks with the European Union to form a trilateral agreement? Everybody is boxing the United States out. Everybody. This is isolationism. So if the United States can't go and pick on other countries because other countries are forming their partnerships, then they're going to turn on its citizens. That's what's happening now. So if you can't sustain yourself in that hostile environment, please look around what you have. Do you have a credit card? Do you have a home? Do you have a car? Do you have a means to generate income online? Because if you do, get the hell out of Dodge. If you can't sustain yourself, which is not easy to sustain yourself in the United States, it's too damn expensive. Okay? If you can't do that, this is the baseline for the United States. Trying to keep up financially, trying to keep up all this stuff, right? If you can't keep up here, when you move to another place, the baseline is so much lower, guys. There are some of the most common and most viewed videos right now on YouTube are 10 places that you can go to live off $1,000 a month. There's 50 other ones that they're not bringing up. But they talk. I see 10 different ones almost every time I see one of those videos. Okay? That's for you guys. That's available for you guys. All right. I was one of the white guys getting dunked on in the documentary Hoop Dreams. Okay, Brian. Hey, you must have had game though to get in that movie. That's classic. What I liked about Salvador Bahia was all the natural fruits and vegetables and the incredibly beautiful, feminine black women. And your dollars are 4-1. It's almost 6-1 now. L, can you believe that? It's 5.76 yesterday. 5.76 real to every $1 US. And I live in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. This is 30%, 40% less than that. And that, Playa del Carmen, is one of the more expensive areas in Latin America. And it's still 30 to 45% less than where I lived in Chicago. So just consider that, guys. And this is great. L's breaking it down to you. There's several men who have been down here and they're sharing their experiences. And I really appreciate you guys. Can you repost the link for the expedited process of getting the passport? Oh, man, let me do that when I finish. I'll come back. I'll Winrath 60616. Let me see if I can do it on my phone real quick because I'm on my iPad, guys. I don't use my iPad for this. Let's see. Expedited passports. I'm gonna say in Chicago. Let's say because I think 60616. I think you're in Chicago. Now you know you can go to the post office and do that too now, or maybe they stopped doing that. Okay, here's an urgent U.S. passport service in Chicago. GetMyPassports.com. GetMyPassports.com is the name of the site. Hold on. GetMyPassports.com. There you go. All right. Let's see. Keep it moving. Oh, see? So Dennis lives here half the year. Isn't that beautiful? So he's got the best of both worlds. He can go back home, handle his business. Come down here, handle his business. It's there for you guys. I think that was just you, Dennis. I got you. I got you locked in. I'll hit you up after I finish. Thanks for reaching out. She just cut her own money because bad reviews travel fast. Yeah, L, you know what? I could have done that in the app. I don't necessarily want to hurt her money. I just don't want any of us to deal with her because that was really offensive to me. Really, really offensive. I laid out what I was trying to do. And in the rebuttal email that I started to write, I was trying to tell her that there are black women in our community. But you know what? That's okay. That's all right. All right, Cordell. I haven't been to Salvador, but I've been to Rio and Sao Paulo a few times. I need to get there soon. I'm headed to Portugal next week. What do you think about relocation there? Cordell, here's the thing. Portugal is the OG of relocation for Black Americans. There is a thriving, large, established Black community in Portugal. Now, the problem is that the locals in Portugal, they're becoming very resentful because what's happening, the property taxes are rising, the cost of living is going up because of this influx of Americans, of Canadians, of people who are trying to leave the West. to come to Europe. It's starting to affect the local economy. But Portugal is off the chain. It's a guy that was in the fire movement. Him and his wife, they retired early. Brother from the Bay Area. Oh, what is his name? They do a fantastic job, and I bet you've seen them or you followed them. But yeah, Portugal's a great choice. Great choice. Checking in. Appreciate your content from the Shy. All right, Chris, where you at? Let me know where you are, man. I'd love to learn more about what you're doing and where you are. But thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. I'm white, and if you aren't at the high end of the top of the K economy, you're not in a good place in America. Good move leaving. I'd love to myself. Well, Gabrielle, let me ask you something. What's holding you back, love? What's holding you back from making that move? Is it finances? Because like I've said on my lives a bunch of times, guys, finances is the easiest part. If you're confused that you may not have enough finances, if you've worked anywhere as an adult in any time frame, you have an expertise that other people need. You can package that online and create an income for you. That's the easiest part. The hard part is getting over the mental hurdle of leaving loved ones behind, feeling like you're abandoning people thinking you're crazy to make this move, that they're not really supporting you maybe the way that you want. There's a lot of different things that go into this, Gabrielle, but I would encourage you that if you do really want to leave, start telling yourself, okay, let's figure out how I can. Not that, oh, I can't, I'd love to. No. How am I going to be able to do this? Right? Okay. Thanks for tuning in, Gabrielle. We got a white sister with us today. This is, man, I'm telling y'all, this is the movement. We're bringing everybody with us that's on the same mindset. Remember that. We're pro-humanity. We're pro-humanity. People are sick of getting bullied by U.S. and held hostage to the dollar. Black Lex 71. Preach. People are sick of being bullied. That's exactly what it is. Guys, do you know this is my last iPhone that I'm purchasing? I got an iPad, an iPhone, I got a MacBook, I got a Mac Mini for my desktop. This is the last one. You know why? Because they're joining forces with that country in Western Asia that says they're the authentic people of that land, which we know they're lying. Apple has partnered with them to put certain things in the phone. So disappointing. Just the food. We're being bullied by the food. Guys, I would so love if my second option to relocating out of the United States, you know what my second option was? I was really close to doing this. I was going to go buy some land and create a homestead. And in purchasing that land, I didn't know if it was going to be 1 or 5 acres at first, but to make sure that there was going to be the ability to buy additional land around the land that I was going to purchase. Because at some point, guys, we may have to become self-sufficient. We may not be able to go to the grocery stores. We may have to grow our own food. I was really close to looking at a homestead. Okay? And I want to have honest discussion here. I'm not trying to fearmonger. But I also want to be adult about this. I want us to have adult conversations about this. Because Black Lex hit it on the head. People are getting sick and tired of being bullied. Why can't we have access to real food? Why can't we get watermelons with seeds in them? Why are they polluting our water? Why are we building these data centers? What what are these 15-minute cities? Y'all heard about that, right? 15-minute cities. Why are they crashing the dollar and trying to really ramp up this crypto adoption? I guarantee you 90% of the United States citizens are not well versed enough in crypto for this huge change to be happening. If they get this Clarity Act passed, baby, it's going to happen fast. So those of you on here, brush up on your crypto knowledge. Learn the basics. You don't have to invest in all the coins and all that. You want to invest in some, but you got to have a basic knowledge before this Clarity Act switches. Because once it does, they're going to be millionaires made. I'm going to be one of them. Okay. Other people who have been in it, this is my third cycle. I've been in crypto since 2017, 2018. There's going to be a lot of money made on this, people. But again, what Black Lex is talking about, they're bullying people. If they're going to change the monetary system, wouldn't it be good to have some PSAs out there? Oh, no, we can't do that because we don't give a damn about our citizens. It's a money grab. So Black Lex, you spot on, bro. Spot on. Thank you for that. See, this is ridiculous. Absolutely. Come on. Fernando, I believe, is in Southern California, where the western third of the United States is bone dry right now, going through a tremendous drought, and it doesn't look like it's going to improve anytime soon. $230 a month for water. Come on, guys. The richest country in the world, and we can't figure this out. Come on, guys. Fernando, thank you. I appreciate you being honest and sharing this with us. That's very helpful. Thank you. Here's that site, guys. If you want expedited passport service, this is the site. Getmypassports, plural.com. Okay? All right. I'm a convicted felon. Would my life be better if I travel overseas? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm sure she I'm what damn, can you get a passport? I gotta look. You know what? I'm gonna Oh yeah, Bill. My man Bill Stratton. Okay. Um, let me see. I'm gonna type this in. Can you get a passport if you're convicted of a felon? Let me see. Let me see what it says. Oh yeah. Yes. Yes. Convicted felons can get a U.S. passport in most cases. Passports are forms of identification, and the standard application does not ask about criminal history. However, the Department of State will deny or revoke a passport under specific legal and financial circumstances. If you are currently, you cannot get a passport if you are currently on probation or parole or subject to a court order preventing international travel. Once your sentence and parole are fully completed, you can apply by submitting a discharge notice or termination letter for your probation officer. So I hope that helps. I'm going to give you this offer sheet. If you need help getting your passport, send me a message. I'll help you out. Okay. If you really want to travel overseas, let's get on a call. Man, I haven't even promoted the calls yet. Guys, if you want to get on a free 15-minute phone call with yours truly, type free throw 15 in the comments. I'll send you a link, and it's free. Out with the first 10 minutes or so, we talk about your situation, figure out where you are, and I give you steps. In the last 5 minutes, I give you steps of what you need to do. I have further offerings that if you are a good fit, I will offer you the opportunity to join me in those offerings. Um, so type free throw 15 in the comments if you want to get on a call with yours truly, or go to my bio and get your global scouting report. It's 8 questions. It takes 2 minutes, and it gives you a score of your readiness to relocate. You'll either be a dreamer, a planner, a packer, or you'll be ready to relocate. You also get added to the Next Chapter Forward mailing list. Okay. All right. Here we go. I watched a video from another influencer who is currently staying in Brazil. This is cool. Yeah, I mean, Brazil, man. Brazil's a huge country, and it's a lot to love about it. Just the people, the weather. Um, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Yeah, I don't want to go to Portugal for that reason. The infrastructure can't be strong. Oh, no, 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 no. The infrastructure is some of the best in Europe. Portugal's off the chain in terms of that. Um, it's kind of the feeling among some of the locals. I haven't heard of any of the content creators that are based in Portugal. I haven't heard it, the black ones. I haven't heard of it, any of them say that they've received any negative um, sort of behavior. It's more on a macro level. I think the locals are more accept with the government more so than with some of the foreigners that are coming. I could be wrong, but that's what I've seen. Oh, wait a minute. You did tell me that, Chris. You told me you've been in Puerto Vallarta. Beautiful, beautiful place. Guys, Puerto Vallarta is very, very nice. Very nice. Dr. Jason Muhammad, good to see you, Doctor or Mister. Blessings, brother. I plan to escape the inflation. Groceries are insane. Bullying, like Black Legs talked about. They're bullying us. It's ridiculous. Uh, Mr. Muhammad, if you want to talk, hit me up. I'm here to help. I wish there were more minority homesteads in the U.S. A lot of black women are growing their own food. Black men are building the homestead. Put put those two together and you get an economic power. Bingo. Right there, Barry. Right there. Okay. That's an option, people. And this is for all my people. This is for my brown people. It's for my white people. This is for my Asian people. Homesteading is available to us if we can do it on a collective basis. Because now, as an individual, you don't have to come up with that downstroke, that down payment by yourself. You can form collectives. You can form communities. It's being done right now, everyone. It's being done right now. Thank you for that, Barry. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. He can get a passport. I'm living in Africa right now. I'm one too. Sir, I sent you a message on IG. Haas. Yes. Oh, this is great. Thank you, Haas. Spot on, brother. Thank you. Okay, so child support will keep you from getting a passport. Oh yeah, they did, and oh, L, thank you for the reminder. There was something was passed within the last year that they can deny you or they can revoke your passport if you owe a certain amount of child support. That I do remember that. I can't remember the exact phrasing, but it has. I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, I forgot about that. Haas, I got you. I'll send you. I'll send you the link once we're finished. Um, Andre from Love Crossing Borders did 10 years in Fed. Is thriving. Here's your example, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Gab. This is for Gabrielle. This is for the brother trying to find the passports. This is for the other brother that has a felony. Andre from Love Crossing Borders. Wait a minute. I know who that is. Andre from Love Crossing Borders did 10 years in the Fed and is thriving in Colombia. Yeah, I know. I follow him. I didn't know he did 10 years in the Fed. That's deep. Wow. That's deep. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I think I got to everyone's questions and comments. Guys, this is great. I love doing these. I love going 90 minutes with you guys because I want to answer all your questions. And the thing of it is, you guys are answering each other's questions. You're providing resources for each other. That's what this should be. That's what I envision for next chapter forward. So you free agents, I love all you all. I love all of you all that tuned in for the first time. I hope you found value in this discussion and information that was shared on this live show. Hit the notification bell, guys, so that you're alerted that when I go live. Now, I go live every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you forget, hit the notification bell. It will alert you when I go live or when I have new material, okay? I post one long form video on Mondays, and I go live on Wednesdays, and then I do shorts in between, okay? So I really appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Good, Barry. Good. And guys, I mean, if you want me, I'll find somebody. I'll go find a homesteader and I'll interview them. Okay, and I'll give you plenty of heads up so that you guys know, so that you can have your questions ready. And I'll find this person that's homesteading, because there's a group that I'm following that bought 350 acres in Georgia. And I believe it's I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he's doing a good job of documenting the process of how much they paid. Here's what we got. Here's what we're setting up. Here's the water source, all those different things. So I'll put that down as one of the things that I need to do here within the next month, is to locate a homesteader and see if I can get them on our show to interview them, because one, I'm fascinated by it, and I can tell, but there's interest in our community for it. So, and it would help people who may not feel like they can leave the country. So thank you, Barry. Spot on here, man. Okay, Sheed, here's the thing. Certain countries like Colombia are banning black men from entering the country. What's your opinion on this? They're not banning all men. They're banning people who they think are trying to come and take advantage of the sex trade. Because when I went to Medellin last fall, they pulled me. I had to go answer some. They filled out a form and asked me where I was staying and why are you here, all this stuff. And I gave them the business. I said, I know why y'all pulling me over. The guy that spoke, he's like, no, this is a formality. I said, bullshit. This ain't no formality. Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. I sat here and watched this whole thing unfold. You're pulling black men over. It's cool. Let's just call it what it is. So they're checking black men who they think are coming to take advantage of the sex trade. Now, how would they do that by chance? Maybe guys coming in with a bunch of jewelry, with designer stuff on. Like if you come in like I did now, I've got my Sergio Tacchini sweat. I got about 6 or 7 of them. They're expensive, kind of sweatsuits. I was rocking mine. So that may have had the guy pull me over, but my silverback, I can kind of look like I'm just coming through, right? But for younger black men, they're getting targeted. So here's what I think. what brothers and passport bros tend to do, they tend to go to a location where they have an advantage. And then they talk too much and they put too much online. And then what happens is a bunch of brothers that don't have good sense, don't know how to comport themselves, don't know how to tamp it down getting through security, they get picked out. And if they don't answer the questions correctly, then they get sent back home. So from a perspective of the Colombian government who's trying to clean up this activity, I get it. All passport bros need to do is go someplace else until it quiets down. Medellin will open back up. It will. It ain't going nowhere. That's my thought on it. I'm ready to move, but want to know who lives there. Okay. Now, Barry, I hope that you're going in and looking at some of these Facebook groups, because Facebook groups, guys, in terms of relocation information and the information on the ground in those particular countries, you can't get much better information than that. Okay. So check certain Facebook groups of the countries that you're interested in. Join those groups. Look at the conversations. Don't jump in and just say, jump in and watch the conversations, add to them, and then wait about a week or two and then add your question. Hey, I'm interested in going to Colombia or Cambodia. What's it like? Are there thriving Black communities? Do we have Black people there that have had success? And you get all those answered. Okay? All right. All right, guys, I think I got to everybody. I think that'll do it for today. I thank you so much, guys. I had to pull this together using my iPad, which worked out well. I had the extender. I got my Logitech camera. So it worked out okay. And great turnout. Thank you again. Watch the shorts because I'm going to be throwing stuff out all week long. Okay. And I may have enough, depending on how much material I get, I may have enough for 2 long form videos. Try to keep it to 1, but it may be 2 long form videos. So keep your eyes open. But you guys have a great rest of your week. Who you got in the game tonight? I got the Spurs to tie the series up. Who you got? You guys, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. To you free agents, salute, fellas and ladies. And until next time,